WAVER calls itself a typing adventure, and everyone seems to agree, even myself. However, where all the other typing games focus on typing very fast, WAVER is different. Instead, you type to the rhythm of the wave, also called audience wave, stadium wave, or Mexican wave. Yeah, it's actually called all those things depending on where you live. And I think typing skill is useful for WAVER, but being able to time your key presses is also important. This is a weird game, and I love that. But why is doing the wave so important? You see, depending on how good the wave is, it helps your team win. An interesting concept that definitely makes me think of all the superstitions I've heard around sports. This is a great concept for a game. There really isn't much else to say. Do really well and your team scores. Miss the timing and the other team scores. Losing in game isn't a fail state, so you don't have to worry too much, but the game's score is related to your actual score. The actual score is a bit hidden, but for me, it was a relief. Trying to win the game was enough stress. Oh, the story. And there is a story about the sport and all the places it takes you. It's delivered with typing segments that rate you on how fast you can type. However, that rating doesn't mean anything at all. I'm not sure why they rate you. It's a neat way to deliver a story in a typing game though. Then from this interface, you rip a ticket and get into the stands to the next game. I want to note how cool this menu is. Something so simple to make the experience cohesive. Don't think it's always about the same wave over and over. Nope. There are variations in the wave depending if it's a home or away game. Then also depending on where the game is taking place. You might at this point be wondering what the game is. Do not concern yourself with that question. Only the wave matters to win. I don't want to spoil too much about the mechanics, but I think WAVER does a good job changing it up. There are only 14 different games to wave about in, but there are enough mechanics to keep it interesting. I had fun on every level, except one, but that was only because I was really mad at my inability to win. So, besides that, there are many ways to change how you interact with the game, even going so far as to change the direction of the wave. Then there are special ways to enter a bonus, depending on the level too. The bonus is always the same though. Freedom to do whatever you will or can to do on a wave. The best tactic is to sweep across your keyboard with the best timing you can possibly muster. Think of a face roll. Also, there are two different ways to play. Typist mode shows you the letters to press on the person. It's much easier to make the association with your brain that way. But classic mode doesn't give you the letters and expects you to feel your way around the keyboard. Here is the typist mode so you can see the letters. It's how I played because I wanted to keep it casual. And then here's the classic mode without the letters, and you have to judge it based on the key location. The classic mode seems to be the expected way to play, and a lot of the mechanics are better in the classic versus typist mode. Interestingly enough, trying to guess what fingers you need to use makes this even less of a game about typing skills. I don't think there's any harm in playing with typist mode, but I wonder if pushing players more into classic mode would have been better, or a smooth transition into it as the game gets more difficult. Other than the story mode, you can play keyboard warrior and typer. Typer is like all the other typing games and tells you how fast you can type. If that's what you're looking for, then WAVER isn't for you. There are plenty of free tools online to test your typing speed. They're way better for testing and have substantially more features. Keyboard Warrior is an endless wave mode with 7 different stages that get more and more difficult as you progress. I'm proud to say I've made it to the last level. It was tricky, and the endless mode is a nice addition to add some more gameplay to a fairly short story. Overall, WAVER is great. I almost can't believe there's a game about doing the wave. The fact that the game plays the premise so straight worked wonders for keeping me engaged. It takes itself so seriously. Going too far into the ridiculous humor would have ruined it. Now, WAVER is rather short and the replay value is only as much as you're willing to put in. Could have used some online leaderboards in the keyboard warrior mode. Still, it's a lot of fun and the developer put in a lot of work to make the game feel cohesive. I'm incredibly impressed. But that's all I have to say about WAVER. What do you think? Thanks for watching, and you may subscribe now.